This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Hello viewers, you're watching Pulse of Africa. I'm Samia Mohammed for the main news. First, our top stories for today. African Union and European Union celebrate 25 years of partnership. Namibia to require visas for tourists from over 30 countries. Eskom has connected the final 800 megawatt to South Africa's grid. Russia and US agree to ensure implementation Black Sea Initiative. Now, the news in detail. In a bold and symbolic policy shift, the Namibian government will require US citizens and tourists from over 30 other countries to obtain visa before entering the country, effective April 1, 2025. The US Embassy in Namibia issued a notice advising American travelers to prepare for the upcoming changes, recommending early applications through the official online visa portal. The new visa rules will apply to citizens of all non-reciprocating countries, nations that currently require Namibian passport holders to obtain visas for entry. This includes Canada, Germany, the United Kingdom, the United States, and 29 others. The policy reflects a growing demand among African countries for more balanced and fair travel policies. Now to AU and EU. The African Union and the European Union launched a year-long celebration marking the first Africa-Europe Summit on 3 to 4 April 2000 in Cairo. The milestone aligned with the Africa Agenda 2063 and the Global Gateway Investment Package for Africa, underscores the powerful impact of two unions representing over 1.9 billion people and accounting for more than 40% of the UN's membership. In the lead-up to the gathering over 80 governments and the new leadership of both AU and EU, a series of anniversary initiatives will be promoted. This will include joint outreach explaining the development of the partnership and concrete results and open dialogues on shared challenges. These activities will pave the way for it to be hosted in Africa later this year. Moving on to DRC. Health officials in the Democratic Republic of Congo have confirmed that a mysterious illness that killed more than 50 people earlier this year was malaria. The National Public Health Institute announced late Monday that tests confirmed the disease caused the deaths of 52 people and affected nearly 1,000 others in Equatorial Province. Symptoms include fever, fatigue, vomiting, and weight loss. Initially suspected to be either malaria or food poisoning, the illness was identified after lab testing on patient samples. Officials are still awaiting the results of tests on food, water, and drink samples. This follows a separate malaria outbreak in December, also initially unidentified, that has since been confirmed as malaria. Shifting to South Africa. Kusile Power Station is South Africa's largest infrastructure project and will contribute 4.8 gigawatt to the national grid. Eskom has added the final 800 megawatt unit of Kusile Power Station, Unit 6, to South Africa's national grid. The development represents a milestone in Eskom's strategy to add 2.5 gigawatt of new capacity by March 2025. Up to September 2025, Unit 6 will undergo testing and optimization before being officially added to Eskom's generation fleet. Kusile's sister project, Mudepi, is set to return 800 megawatt from Unit 4 by April 2025 after an extended outage due to a generator stator failure. Once Kusile Unit 6 reaches commercial operation, both new-build power station projects will be in commercial operation. In other news, Russia and the United States have agreed to ensure the implementation of the Black Sea Initiative, provided that sanctions were eased on Russia's agricultural and food trade. The Kremlin said the agreement includes ensuring the safety of navigation in the Black Sea, the non-use of force, and preventing commercial ships from being used for military purposes, with inspections in place to enforce this. It is also added the United States will help in restoring Russia's access to global markets for agricultural and fertilizer exports, lowering shipping insurance costs, and improving access to ports and international payment systems. The agreement will enter into force after a series of sanctions and restrictions related to its agricultural and food trade were lifted, the Kremlin noted. The move would include lifting Western sanctions on the Russian Agricultural Bank, which services agricultural businesses, and reconnecting the bank to the SWIFT international messaging system. Moving on to our next story. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio emphasized the importance of engaging with the Syrian government during a meeting Tuesday at the State Department in Washington. Both sides emphasized the importance of engaging with the Syrian government and expressed their determination to stabilize Syria and combat terrorism. Fidan and Rubio discussed a range of other regional and bilateral matters, including the need for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, which was deemed essential for regional peace. The two sides also discussed preparations for the upcoming head of state-level visits, with both expressing their commitment to removing obstacles to defense cooperation.
The story of resurgent Ethiopia and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel, all the time. Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.
Turning to business news. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has exported over 2 million barrels of jet fuel to the United States and approximately 130 million liters to Saudi Arabia. According to the data from ship tracking service Kepler, 6 vessels carrying around 1.7 million barrels of jet fuel from Dangote Petroleum Refinery arrived at U.S. ports this month. Another vessel, the Hafnia Andromeda, is set to arrive at the Everglades terminal March 29 with approximately 348,000 barrels of jet fuel. The U.S. imports in March highlights the refinery capacity to produce high-quality products that meet international standards. The exports to Saudi Arabia, specifically to Saudi Aramco, demonstrate the refinery's growing influence in global food markets. Finally, the Chinese car manufacturer BYD is expected to present a range of new records in the 2024 financial report. The turnover is expected to exceed $100 billion for the first time in a year. This can be compared to the American rival Tesla $97.7 billion. Build Your Dreams is one of the big winners on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange this year. The stock's value has increased by almost 50%. This can be compared to Tesla's 38% decline on the Nasdaq exchange in New York in the shadow of uncertainty surrounding the effects of new U.S. tariffs. Before concluding, let us provide you with the latest updates on global commodities prices. Now to weather updates. That's all for today, and thank you for watching Pulse of Africa.
This is Pulse of Africa, the face of Ethiopia, the voice of Africa.